Hi there, Andy Ron with Montana Land Source with this week's video summary of the Montana Land Report for July 21st, 2021. The most important news for this week in terms of the Montana land market, I think, is the wildfire situation here in Montana. All of Montana is under a pretty serious drought, and we have quite a few wildfires going on. This has affected a number of listings. We have seen some properties pulled from the market because they are in proximity of wildfires. There are evacuation orders in certain parts of the state, and just talking to prominent brokers, concern has been expressed about this impacting the market this summer. Just a bad fire season in Montana. So we'll be watching that closely. Remember, on the map app on Montana Land Source, we do have a wildfire layer. It does show perimeters for fires that have been mapped by the agencies that are fighting those fires, and there's also a point layer that gives information about fires, when they started, the total acreage, update dates, that kind of stuff. So that layer does have to be activated in the map app, so you do have to go into the layers and turn that on. It's not shown by default, but that is a pretty valuable layer we have in our map app. In other news, the Wall Street Journal and Realtor.com just designated Billings, Montana as one of the top, as the number one for the emerging housing market index that they put out. I think that came as a bit of a surprise to people in other parts of Montana, like Bozeman and Missoula and Whitefish and whatnot, that do have hotter and higher value markets, but that housing index that the Wall Street Journal and Realtor.com puts out addresses things such as affordability and whatnot, not just high pricing. The median home prices in those other areas are roughly twice what they are in Billings. Those are hotter areas of Montana in terms of just driving high prices and whatnot, but Billings, Montana, number one in that emerging housing market index. This week has been a busy week in the Montana land market. 32 total property updates. 1 property back on the market, 9 new listings, 11 pending sales, 3 price changes, 1 revised listing, and 6 sales. So again, quite a few new listings. 9 new listings is a higher than average amount for this time of year, but 11 pending sales is quite large, and 6 sales is healthy as well. So this week, as opposed to what we've seen most of the summer, if you remember from past videos and past reports, since the beginning of summer proper, we've started to see more new listings coming on the market than properties leaving the market through becoming pending or selling, and that has been the market responding to the extremely high demand that we're experiencing right now. But this week, a bit of a change in that. More properties leaving or potentially leaving the market in terms of pending sales. So again, this market just continues to be extremely hot and extremely dynamic. In other news, I've been asked to be on a panel for the Billings Chamber of Commerce on housing and real estate in Montana. That's going to be in about 2 weeks, August 5th. It's exciting to be asked to be on this panel, the Chamber recognizing that rural land and rural land information is relevant to that conversation, not just residential and urban. The rest of that panel is going to be mostly builders and residential real estate experts, but I've been asked to be on that panel. You can find information on that on our events page at montanalandsource.com, mtlandsource.com. Our most current episode of the Ranch Investor Podcast features Roger Jake Jacobs from Premier Land Company. Great interview there with Jake. He has been in the Montana land market for a long time, has a lot of great insider information and knowledge about the market. Please check that out. Again, mtlandsource.com. If you have events or news relevant to the Montana land market, we're happy to post that information at no cost at mtlandsource.com, so please reach out to us. And that is the report for this week. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you next week.